Hey all you action figure enthusiasts out there, JC here with another T&I toy review. And today's review is in association with JediInsider.com, your #1 news source for everything Star Wars. And for today's review, I'm going to be taking a look at the brand new Star Wars The Black Series 6-inch 4-LOM figure from Hasbro. Now this figure comes packaged in the same style that we see with all the Black Series figures. Up at the top you've got the Black Series logo, the figure's clearly displayed in the window box. Down below you've got the name of the character and an image. On the side you have the red border and it tells us this is figure number 67 in the series. And then on the back of the packaging you have a brief bio in multiple languages. Alright, let's get this open and take a look at what's inside. Okay, so here's a look at the figure outside the packaging along with the other contents. Now the only accessory that this figure comes with is this Imperial blaster rifle. So we've seen this released in the line before, and honestly I can't remember if this is movie accurate, if this is the actual weapon that he uses, or if it's just kind of similar that Hasbro stuck with the figure. But again, we have seen it released before. Most recently, this is the same blaster rifle that came with the Sand Trooper and the Dewback set that I reviewed the other day. The plastic is a little bit lighter grayish color, but otherwise sculpting wise it's exactly the same. You've got this little stand piece that is not articulated, so you can't pull it down or anything, so it's all one piece. Now you can have him hold the weapon in either the right or the left hand. However, the right hand does have an actual trigger finger, so he does hold it better in the right hand, but again you can stick it in the left hand as well, and he does hold it pretty tight. Okay, so for the figure itself, I think Hasbro's done a really nice job overall with the sculpting and paint applications. Now first of all, I've got to admit that I really hate referring to this character as 4-LOM. To me, this character will always be known as Zuckuss, and the reason why that is back during the original Kenner days, they actually got the names mixed up on the figures between 4-LOM and Zuckuss, and so they referred to this one as Zuckuss and the other one as 4-LOM, the other bounty hunter that we see in Empire Strikes Back, and that's how I always think of this character. Definitely he looks more like a Zuckuss to me than 4-LOM. But as it is, I think Hasbro's done a great job with this head sculpt. Definitely captured that insect feel to it. I like the way they've done the eyes. You've got that gold metallic pattern on the outside of the eye, and then I don't know how well it's going to show up on camera, but when you get it in the light, you definitely get a green tint to the inner eye. So I really like how they've done it. When you just look at it straight on, it just looks dark, but then when you start getting it in the light, you definitely see that green tint to it, which I think is really a cool effect. And then you've got just some metallic silver on these front apparatus pieces, and then the rest of the head sculpt is done with just a dark bronze metallic type paint, and the rest of the body as well. So again, overall I think they've done a really nice job with this head sculpt, especially with the eyes. And then the rest of the body pretty much looks very similar to like C-3PO. So, you know, as you see in the bio, this character is basically a protocol droid like C-3PO who breaks his programming and becomes a bounty hunter. So there are some differences, like the chest piece here is a little bit different. He's got this red mark, which I don't recall seeing in the movie, but I'm assuming is there. It looks like a red fireball, and I don't really know what the meaning of that is. And then, you know, the arms look very similar to C-3PO. However, I like how with C-3PO they really didn't make the elbows articulated. They did give him some articulation, so these servos here that connect the upper arm and the lower arm actually move. You got a little groove there. So I like that they gave the figure some added arm movement that we didn't see on C-3PO. And he's got the little circle disc here on his chest, similar to C-3PO. And I like this rust wash effect that they've given the figure. It looks like, you know, he's got some rust built up here on his chest, so I like that. He's got the wires here on the midsection, again similar to C-3PO. These are done with just again a metallic type bronze color. There's not like different colored wires or anything, which I believe is in keeping with the movie. Again, it's not like C-3PO who had all the different color wires and everything. And then again, like on the arms and stuff, you've got that rust buildup, which I like. And then on the back, he's got that square piece, again kind of similar to 3PO. And then you can see the wires again on the back here. He's got this line work, and then he's got these things on his knees, again similar to C-3PO. Always thought these were like little laser guns or something when, you know, I saw them in the movie. And these actually, you can actually turn, so I guess you could actually use them as a little laser guns if you wanted to. So it's kind of cool that they made those actually movable. And then again, you've just got that kind of rust build up throughout the figure, which I think is nice. So this figure stands just a little bit under 6 inches tall. Now here's a comparison with the other bounty hunters that we see 4-LOM with in Empire Strikes Back, at least the ones that have been released. So we've got Bosk, Boba Fett, and IG-88. Now there is a Zuckuss figure coming. Originally it was supposed to be a Toys R Us exclusive. That's not going to happen, but I'm sure the figure will still be released. We're just waiting for Hasbro to tell us when and where. Okay, so for articulation, you can turn the head to the left and to the right, and he can look down pretty good. Really can't look back very much. You can pivot the head to the left and the right though. And then with the arm, you can get the arm out good. He has this shoulder piece, but that actually is articulated as well, so it'll turn with the arm, so you can rotate the arm all the way around. He also has a bicep swivel, and then he has just a single hinged elbow, but you do get some movement there. And then, as I mentioned before, you get this servo that'll actually move up and down with the arm. So again, it's nice that they did give him some elbow movement there. You've got wrist articulation, so you can rotate the wrist, and you've got the up and down movement with the hinges. He has a midsection joint, so you get some rotation there at the midsection. You can pivot to the left and the right there. Really doesn't have any crunch movement though, no ab crunch or anything. Really can't crunch forward. Can look back a little bit there at the midsection. And then with the legs, he can only do the splits about that much. He can get his leg forward about that much, and he can do his leg out and back. He does have a thigh swivel up high there. Only has a single hinged knee, so he can bend his knee about that much. And then with the feet, you have hinges, so up and down movement, and you do get ankle pivot with this one. And then 2 peg holes on the bottom of it. Okay, so that's my review. So I've got to be honest, out of all the bounty hunters that appeared in Empire Strikes Back, this one was probably my least favorite. I always thought he was probably the most boring looking of the bunch. But I think Hasbro has done a really nice job with this figure. I like the overall paint applications and the rust effect that they've given him. I like the head sculpt, and I definitely like how they did the eyes on the figure. I think it's really cool looking. So overall, even though this was probably my least favorite bounty hunter of the bunch, I think Hasbro's done a really good job with the actual figure. Now this figure is starting to hit shelves at places like Walmart, though I think the official release date for the wave with this figure isn't for a couple of weeks. I think April 13th. So if you don't find it now, you should probably start seeing it in greater numbers in a couple of weeks. We'll have a full image gallery for this figure up at JediInsider.com. There'll be a link in the video description below. Also, if you like the space walls that you see featured in this video, be sure to check out our sponsor GTPtoys.com. I'll have a link to them in the video description below. They are the ones that make those, and they make them for both 6-inch and 3 3/4 inch figures. They're great for things like toy photography and such. So again, if you want more information about those, be sure to check out GTPtoys.com. Also, leave a comment. Let me know what you think about the figure. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you're so inclined, please like the video and hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't already. I'd really appreciate it. You can also follow me on my Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch accounts. I have links to those in the video description as well. And until next time, guys, I'll catch you later.